Hi everyone, welcome back to another session of the Vernon Public Art Gallery's Try This at Home. I'm Kelsey, and I'm not sure how everyone else is feeling, but I am feeling pretty tired. So that being said, I thought today we will do a really simple, fun, adaptable, versatile art activity. This is going to be really awesome for your kids if you're just looking for something to set in front of them and let them go wild, or something fun for you to do if you're just kind of looking for something to do to turn your brain off and just kind of relax, something a little bit more self-care, mindfulness, throughout those buzzwords. So today we are working with oil pastels and watercolor paint to make our wax crayon watercolor resist. So I'm going to show you two different ways that you can play with this, two just different kind of lesson plans. My favorite thing to do personally is just go with it. This is something that I really do a lot with my son Elliot, who's almost 2 years old. This is a really fun activity for little ones, just giving them the oil pastels, letting them color, do what have you, and then paint on top. There's no requirements on what it's supposed to look like, they just run wild. So this was Elliot's. We tried to do a video earlier today, but he heard a garbage truck and any focus that he had was gone, so we didn't finish it, and I thought I would just sit here by myself and do this activity without him. So we're going to do two things like I mentioned. First one is doing a quick fun fireworks inspired artwork, and then the second one is writing letters to our friends. So for the firework inspired one, you can either Google images of fireworks, use your brain, kind of think of any memories you have and just go for it. So I'm just going to kind of think of fireworks, what I imagine they to look like, and I'll draw it and we'll see you soon. So with my fireworks, you can see I'm just doing really simple lines, kind of going from the center and moving outwards, fanning out. You can do this style. If there's any other sort of fireworks that you've seen that you want to try, go for it. So sometimes when you see fireworks, you see sort of like a white trail of like where it's going from the ground up and then explodes. So I'm going to kind of do a little bit of a white trail in mine. And then depending on how you're feeling, you can throw in some stars in the background or little pieces of fragmented explosions. And then you're going to want some black watercolor paint, and you can paint the background. So I'm painting on watercolor paper. You can paint on, like I mentioned in all my videos, any sort of paper. Obviously the thicker the paper, the better it's going to look and the less wavy and chances of errors. So I will paint with the black on my watercolor paper. And as you can see, the watercolor is not going to cover up the oil pastels because oil and water don't mix. So if you have younger ones, you can kind of use this as a bit of a science experiment or a science lesson too if you want to go that route. If you have wax crayons, it's going to do the same thing, so you don't need to use oil pastels. You can use wax crayons as well. Might add a little bit of blue and purple into my sky because skies aren't always completely black. So there you have it, my very quick, simple fireworks. So I'm gonna let this dry, and while it's drying, I'm going to show you the letter. So if you have any kids at home that are missing their friends and family, this could be just something really fun to do with them, is get them to write letters to their friends or family. But they are going to be invisible letters. So you'll need a white oil pastel or a white wax crayon, and you will get them to write their letter with the white on white. So they're not going to be able to really see what they're writing, and then when you send it in the mail to their friend, they need to use the watercolor paint to activate what has been written. So I will do a quick letter. Okay, so as you can see, you can't really see it. So they can fold it up, throw it in an envelope, you can hand deliver it, mail it off, leave you with some little instructions, and then just tell them that when they get the letter, they need to put watercolor paint on it to reveal the message. So as you can see, my very generic random letter I wrote quickly here. That's kind of what it looks like. And so then back to our fireworks. We'll just peel off the tape to reveal the white border. Ta-da! So there you have it. That's some activities you can be doing with oil pastels or wax crayon and watercolor paint. Feel free to do whatever you like. This is just a starting off jumping point for you. Another fun thing to do is if you're wanting to talk about patterns and shapes and lines and colors, you can practice mixing colors and identifying different types of anything, really. So I hope you enjoyed this. Have a lovely creative time. I hope that some very interesting letters get sent, and we will see you next time.